This is your USMNT Abroad weekly update from August 16th to August 22nd of 2021. Hi, welcome to Tactical Management, and today we have another episode of our series, the fan favorite series, I would say, the USMNT Abroad series, where we update you every Monday on how US men's national team players did abroad on the previous weekend or the previous week. So if you enjoy this type of content, consider subscribing, it's free, and hit the notification bell as well. Now look, we've been looking through the comments, me and Dustin, quite a bit, and there was a lot of interesting suggestions for the series. One of them was player rating. So every match that I fully watch, the full 90 minutes, the full match of the player essentially, I will be giving him his rating, where his rating from 1 to 10, where 1 is horrible, 5 is average, 10 is a perfect game. So if you watched any of the players, comment your rating of the player down below, or players if you watched more than one. With all that said, let's run our sponsors giveaway. Thank you, OneFootball, once again for sponsoring the channel. But look. This one's not about us. This is about you. Because OneFootball is doing a giveaway for our viewers. So thank you very much, OneFootball. But let me explain. For the month of August, we have an amazing event. The MLS All-Star Game versus the Liga MX. You know, just another opportunity for the United States to crush Mexico like we did all summer long. We can just keep it rolling for another win. So for this, OneFootball will be doing a giveaway of one MLS All-Star 2021 jersey for a fan based in the United States. So go on the link down below, do your download, follow the instructions, and enter the giveaway. I might enter it myself. So thank you once again, OneFootball, for the giveaway. Thank you for sponsoring the channel, and hopefully the United States can continue to beat Mexico on the MLS versus Liga MX All-Star Game. Okay, you heard it from the giveaway. Now, one thing before you start, don't forget to hit the like button. The last video, I said 1,000 likes, Pedro Parker would be back. He will be back this episode very soon. So let's try to hit 1,000 likes once again. We actually hit 1,400 the last time. Roll the intro. Let's start with transfers. Okay, so with transfers, let's start with Otasowie. Otasowie completed his transfer to Club Brugge at the Belgium League for roughly $4 million, where he will wear the number 8 this season. My personal opinion, great move from him. He wasn't playing the Wolves in the EPL. I know it's a downgrade of a league, but he wasn't playing anyway. So moving to the Belgium League, great development league, will be playing Champions League. Hopefully he's a starter. So to me, it was a major W. W just means win. Now, something I want to talk about as well is a transfer rumor of Reggie Cannon. Apparently, it is confirmed that Nottingham Forest is interested on signing Reggie Cannon from Boavista, but the money is the problem right now. So for now, it's not happening. The third update is Eric Palmer-Brown. Venezia confirmed that they're still interested on signing Eric Palmer-Brown, but as of now, there's no deal. The window ends in roughly probably 7 to 8 days from when you're watching this recording. So maybe we'll see Palmer-Brown head to Venezia and play with Tanner Tessman and Gianluca Busio. The other update is on Matt Miazga. Matt Miazga completed his move to Alaves at the La Liga as a loan with an option to buy. So his Euro trip continues. He's just being loaned all over the place. Hopefully Miazga finally finds a home and stays in the league, and I think it's a good fit. And eventually we're going to see Matt Miazga versus Diego Lainez in La Liga, if they both play, obviously. Last but not least, Tyler Boyd got loaned from Besiktas to Rizespor in the Turkish league. Another loan, just like last season. Tyler Boyd can't stay in Besiktas, which is one of the top teams in the Turkish league, so he got a loan. Hopefully he plays. We'll keep an eye on Tyler and cover him weekly here in the series. Now let's go to updates on the players' performance, and Pedro Parker will show up very, very soon. Okay, Pedro Parker will be back soon. Now let's start with Christian Pulisic. And well, Pulisic was diagnosed with COVID, so hopefully he's fine. Apparently he's symptom-free. He will have to quarantine. We'll see. There's no updates as of now if he will be with the US men's national team in September. We'll know next week most likely, but hopefully he's healthy, hopefully he's fine, and hopefully he's back with us very soon, and even with Chelsea as well. Player number 2 is Weston Mckennie from Juventus. On Sunday, Juve had their Serie A season opener as they looked to get the title back after losing it last season to Inter Milan, and Mckennie was not available for this game. He was holding suspension for yellow card accumulation of last season. They also signed Locatelli, a fantastic Italian midfielder, and look, this is no way good for Mckennie's minutes. but you have to fight for your spot. So I think it's a positive. Mckennie will have to work harder for minutes in Juventus this season. To me, that's a plus. Our players need to compete. There's also been some transfer rumors that he could be heading to Tottenham, but as I already said on Twitter, I don't think McKennie going to Tottenham is the right move. It's a little too early for him to retire from Champions League soccer. All right, we're moving quick in the video. Now we're going to go to Gio Reyna. On Tuesday, Reyna started and played 78 minutes for Dortmund at their 3-1 loss to Bayern for the DFL Super Cup. Reyna had 63 touches, lost the ball 18 times, which is actually pretty high. He was playing as a central midfielder. He showed some toughness and physicality, and he won 7 out of 10 of his ground duels and 3 out of 5 of his aerial duels, so those are some impressive stats. Now let's talk about Saturday. On Saturday, Reyna started for Dortmund once again and played 70 minutes for them at their 2-1 loss to Freiburg. Somewhat disappointing loss, to be honest. It seemed like he left the game with a minor injury. At the time of this recording, there are no updates, but hopefully it's just something very minor. For Dortmund's goal, he did set up the assist for it. Their lonely goal, the lonely lost. He played a little deeper, a good part of the first half. Then he switched and played as a 10, and he was very good for Dortmund, one of their best players. And this match I actually watched, and I'm going to give Reyna an 8 out of 10 in this match. So if you did watch that, comment your rating for him as well. I also had some doubts of him playing with his back to the defender, and he did very well with some very sharp turns to progress the ball forward rather than doing a back pass. And I guess that's a stab on a player, which I'm not going to mention. Okay, now Serginho Dest from Barcelona. On Saturday, Dest started for Barcelona and played 82 minutes at their 1-1 draw with Atletico Bilbao. He continues to start over Emerson. Emerson, however, was the player that came in for him at the 82nd minute. So expect some rotation between those two players throughout the season, but as of now, this is Dest's position to lose. Now, Tyler Adams from RB Leipzig and I guess Jesse Marsch as well, and actually Pellegrino Matarazzo as well, the American coach of Stuttgart. On Friday, Tyler Adams started and played the full 90 minutes for RB Leipzig at their 4-0 bounce-back win against Stuttgart. Marsch also made a statement against Matarazzo in this match as the both American coaches had this duel. As for the game, Tyler Adams had 74 touches, 80% passing accuracy, was pretty good with his pressing game, playing the midfield, protecting the back line, only place that Jesse Marsch will play in, which is central, and I love to see it. So for this game, I only watched the second half of Tyler Adams, so I won't be... It's not a full match rating. I'll give his rating for his second half. I thought he was very good. I'm going to give him a 7 out of 10, which is way above average game. I thought he was pretty good for RB Leipzig, but it's not the full match. I was not able to watch the first half. So if you did watch the first half, comment your rating. Maybe it's even higher than mine. Let's go to the goalkeepers now. Now we're going to go by position. And there's only one goalkeeper to talk about, which is Ethan Horvath, or actually Zach Steffen as well. On Wednesday, Horvath stayed at the bench a full 90 minutes for Nottingham Forest at their 2-1 loss to Blackburn. And on Saturday, he stayed on the bench once again a full 90 minutes, just like Zach Steffen for Manchester City over the weekend as well. Now, why did Horvath choose to go to a team where he's going to be benched all the time? I don't know. But apparently Samba has been very bad for Nottingham Forest, so we should see Ethan Horvath get some chances soon, maybe in September, hopefully sooner rather than later. If they both continue to get benched, Horvath and Steffen, we could see Matt Turner become clear of the starting position on the U.S. men's national team job. So both of these players better watch out for that. Now we're off to the center backs, and let's keep going forward the video. And if you haven't already, hit that like button so we hit 1,000 likes once again. Pedro Parker will show up once again very soon. He has some updates for everyone. Okay, so John Brooks. On Saturday, John Brooks started and played a full 90 minutes for Wolfsburg at their 2-1 win against Hertha Berlin. Strong start of the season for Wolfsburg once again, picking up right where they left off last season, 2 games and 2 wins. Now Chris Richards from Bayern Munich. On Tuesday, Richards stayed at the bench a full 90 minutes for Bayern at the German Super Cup final against Dortmund. On Sunday, Richards started off on the bench for Bayern and came in at the 88th minute for Alphonso Davies as Bayern was holding the 3-2 lead against Cologne on their win that they end up winning 3-2. Now, I did not watch this match, but I do believe they went with 3 in the back. I don't think Chris Richards would play as a left back, just to say it, but I didn't watch it, so maybe he did. As for the center backs, there's actually just one more update because Mackenzie didn't play, a bunch of other players didn't play this weekend, so let's talk now about Cameron Carter-Vickers. On Thursday, CCV started for Tottenham for the Europa Conference League match against Paços Ferreira from Portugal, and they lost 1-0. CCV had a horrible match, and there's not much to talk about it here. And look, he's a championship player, and he essentially needs to be moved to a championship team or lower league team somewhere else so he can get minutes. He's not a Premier League player, even though Paços Ferreira is not an elite club as well, and he shouldn't have struggled. But this was also the season opener. And on Sunday, Tottenham played Wolves, and he didn't get any minutes. That's just the update. Now, the fullbacks. And let's start with Anthony Robinson and Tim Ream. I know Tim Ream's a center back, but as I said in the last episode, I update you guys on both combined. On Tuesday, Robinson and Tim Ream started and played a full 90 minutes for Fulham at their 2-1 victory over Millwall. On Saturday, Robinson and Ream started for Fulham at their 2-0 win over Hull City. Unfortunately, both players had very opposite luck throughout this match. Robinson went a full 90 minutes, got an assist, man at the match as well with an amazing performance. Tim Ream left at the 21st minute with an injury. How long will he be out? It's unclear, but it does not seem like it's anything serious based on Tim Ream's tweet. And I know it's too early in the championship, but Fulham is looking like a very strong candidate to return to the Premier League next season. Now Shaq Moore from Tenerife at La Liga 2. On Saturday, Shaq Moore started off on the bench for Tenerife at their 0-0 draw with Sporting Gijón. Moore came into the game very late at the 86th minute. Alright, now Sam Vines, now in the Belgium League at Antwerp. On Thursday, Sam Vines started, made his debut, and played a full 90 minutes for Antwerp at their 4-2 loss to Omonia. In regards to his performance, I did not watch this game. I heard good, I heard bad, but mostly it was that he had a bad performance. Regardless, we should be patient. He just moved, and this game was for the Europa League group stage knockout round. The pre-group stage knockout round. It was to qualify to the group stage. So it's unfortunate that Vines had that, but look, it was his first game. Let's be patient. I still don't rate him very highly, and I don't think just because he moved abroad that changes for me. But let's be patient. Okay, now quick update on Henry Wingo that plays for Ferencváros. On Wednesday, Wingo started and played a full 90 minutes for Ferencváros at their 3-2 loss to Young Boys, the team from PFOC or Ciabachu, which I'll update on him later in the video. This was the first match for the UCL pre-group stage knockout round. The next leg is next week. Regardless, one American will go through. Alright, now Brian Reynolds from Roma. On Thursday, Reynolds started and pretty much stayed at the bench the full 90 minutes as he came in super late in the match, so I have nothing to say about it right there. And on Sunday, he stayed on the bench a full 90 minutes for Roma at their 3-1 win over Fiorentina. He's set to stay in Roma despite having loan offers from other clubs, including Venezia apparently. Jose Mourinho wants him to stay in Roma, but I'm still worried about his minutes. He might not play a lot under Jose Mourinho, but regardless, he's staying with Roma for the entire season, at least for now. Alright, now Joe Scally from Borussia. Here comes nothing. Mönchengladbach. Borussia Mönchengladbach. I think I got it right. If not, I'm just going to say Borussia, not Dortmund. On Saturday, Scally started for Borussia, not Dortmund, and they lost 4-0 to Bayern Leverkusen. Not the performance we wanted. He got burnt on Leverkusen's second goal. Maybe a good wake-up call for Scally. But look, we can't overreact to this poor performance the same way we can't overreact to the great performance against Bayern. He played as a left back, and Leiner, the right back, got injured, which is apparently a broken ankle. So Scally might continue to start in as a right back, which is actually his original position. That's where he plays. So it's unfortunate Leiner got injured, but Scally might actually benefit from that. To be fair, the entire team was poor as well, and this game I was back and forth watching it, but from what I watched, I gotta give Scally a 3 out of 10. It was a below average performance. If you watched the full game, let me know your rating for Joe Scally, and hopefully he'll bounce back and start next week. Now the last fullback that I need to update on is DeAndre Yedlin from Galatasaray. On Monday, Yedlin stayed on the bench a full 90 minutes for Galatasaray at their 2-0 win over Giresunspor for the Turkish league. Now on Thursday, Yedlin started and played a full 90 minutes for Galatasaray at their 1-1 away draw with Randers for the Europa Conference League. And they did not play over the weekend. Hi, Pedro Parker here. Thank you very much for bringing me back. Because Mr. Tactical that pretends he knows everything didn't want to have me back ever since I requested a transfer to 11 Yanks. But 11 Yanks did not want to pay my $4 fee, even though he gets all those super chats. Okay? Great powers, great responsibilities. So hit that like button so I can keep showing off here. Every 1,000 likes, I'll be back with a vengeance. Thank you very much. What was that? All right. I'm out. Okay, that's enough of Pedro Parker for this video. We're going to go to the midfielders now, and I'm going to start with a quick update on Yunus Musah. He hasn't been available to play for Valencia yet, but apparently he's back into training. Will he be available for September camp with the U.S. men's national team? I don't know. He's available for training, but he's not playing yet. Now let's go to Chris Durkin from STVV. On Saturday, Durkin started and played a full 90 minutes for STVV at their 2-0 home loss to Kortrijk. What is that name? Now Johnny Cardoso, the Brazilian-American from Internacional. On Sunday, Cardoso came off the bench at the 90th minute for Internacional at their 2-2 draw with Santos. So He didn't play once again. It's unfortunate. His minutes have been very limited in the past few matches. Now, Tenor Tessman and Gianluca Busio are Venezia boys. On Sunday, Tenor Tessman started as a sub and came in the 63rd minute for Venezia at their Serie A opener. He got a yellow card and Venezia ended up defeated by Napoli 2-0. Busio was now with the team. He has arrived much later, so it makes sense. I will start getting worried about Gianluca Busio's minutes if by mid-September or late September he hasn't played. Then I'll start getting worried. But Tenor Tessman has been coming in regularly for them in preseason and even the cup games and for the season opener, so that is a major plus. And also, let me know if any of you already bought that Venezia jersey. Okay, now Brenden Aaronson from RB Salzburg, and I didn't watch his game, so if you did, comment down below his rating. Don't forget to comment the ratings for all the players that you watched over the weekend. So on Tuesday, Brenden Aaronson started off on the bench for RB Salzburg at their 2-1 home win over Brugge for the Champions League pre-group stage knockout round. And late goal Brenden strikes again. Just like he did a couple weeks ago with a late goal for a game winner against Barcelona in a friendly, he did it again. Brenden came in at halftime, and at the 90th minute, he scored just like a striker, a strong finish in the box for RB Salzburg to get the 2-1 win at the last minute of the game. You need late goals? Brenden Aaronson's got your back. Talk about a clutch player right there, and he's been playing as an attacking midfielder and false nine apparently, so an idea to consider, Greg. Maybe. I'm not opposed to it. On Saturday, Brenden started and played a full 90 minutes for RB Salzburg at their 3-1 win over Austria Klagenfurt. Okay, now Julian Greene from Firth. On Saturday, Julian Greene started and played a full 90 minutes for Firth at their 1-1 draw with Armenia. He was one of the best players for Firth in the game, and he started to play and he hit the cross that led to the handball that was a PK for Firth in the game. He also won most of his ground duels, and I will give him a 6 out of 10 in this match, which I did watch most of this match. It was an above average performance by Greene. The team is just not very good, and that helps him get more minutes, but also it's very hard to play in a game with a team that's very much inferior in the league. Hopefully Firth doesn't get relegated. Now Luca de la Torre from Heracles at the Dutch League. On Saturday, Luca de la Torre started and played a full 90 minutes for Heracles at their 1-1 draw against Sparta. He won 9 of his 11 ground duels, 2 out of 3 aerial duels, along with 87% passing accuracy. Those are some strong numbers from de la Torre. Now Dwayne Holmes from Huddersfield in the Championship, the English Championship, not the USL. On Tuesday, Dwayne Holmes started off on the bench for Huddersfield at their 1-0 win over Preston. Holmes came in the 70th minute when the game was still 0-0. On Saturday, Holmes started off at the bench and stayed at the bench a full 90 minutes for Huddersfield at their 2-1 win over Sheffield United. Okay, we're reaching the end of the video. We've reached the forwards, and I'm going to start with Timothy Weah. On Saturday, Weah started for Lille as a right midfielder / right winger. They did list on a 4-4-2, but at times it looked like a 4-2-4. He came off at the 81st minute when Lille had a 1-0 win and the game ended 1-1. They're really struggling early in the season. Now this game I watched, and I'm going to give Weah a 6 out of 10. He was above average. He was pretty good on the defensive support on the right side of the field. His runs off the ball to find space were pretty good. He was found in many dangerous positions. He whipped some early dangerous crosses. I just wish he was a little bit better on the ball and maybe on beating defenders on one-on-one situations. That's something I did not see from Weah in this match, and I hope to see in the future. Now, the crosses that he whips in, you need a striker with a good presence in the box. And I expected that from Jonathan David, the Canadian that was playing, but he didn't have it. So I don't know if that's the right move for the US, especially because we don't have really a 9. So Weah does have to change that a little bit, maybe hold the ball a little bit. But 2 things that impressed me, off the ball movement and defensive support from Weah. That was quite impressive in the game. 6 out of 10 is my rating. Now, Conrad De La Fuente from Olympique Marseille. On Sunday, Conrad came off the bench for Olympique Marseille at the 56th minute as they were down 1-0 versus Nice. Now, bottles were being thrown at the field until eventually Payet decided to throw one back in the fan, and then fans decided to invade the field as well. You know, just a full CONCACAF experience. And again, this is the second time it happens to Olympique Marseille this season, so maybe this is just standard for France. France might be a great way to prepare players to play in CONCACAF. Now, the game was paused and suspended at the 71st minute, and to me, it's somewhat confusing. I don't know if they're going to give Olympique Marseille the win. I don't know if they're going to go finish the game. It doesn't seem clear at the moment. In regards to Conrad's rating, he only played 15 minutes. There's not much to talk about. There were a couple good moments, a couple bad moments. I won't be giving him a rating for this match at least. Now, quick update on Mathew Hoppe from Schalke. On Saturday, Hoppe stayed on the bench a full 90 minutes for Schalke at their horrible 4-1 loss to Regensburg at the 2nd Bundesliga. So Hoppe was available. He just sat on the bench for the full 90 minutes. Now, Folarin Balogun from Arsenal. On Sunday, Balogun was back on the bench for Arsenal during their tough tough match against Chelsea on Lukaku's debut. Arsenal ended up losing 2-0 and Balogun came into the game at the 79th minute for Martinelli that had an apparent injury. Regardless, if Martinelli is there, Aubameyang is there, Lacazette is there, I don't expect Balogun to get many minutes this season. The only reason he's been playing is because a lot of the time these guys aren't available. Okay, now Alex Mighten from Nottingham Forest, the young dual national English-American, sorry. On Wednesday, Alex Mighten started and played 64 minutes for Nottingham Forest at their 2-1 loss to Blackburn. Now on Saturday, Mighten started and played a full 90 minutes for Nottingham Forest at their 1-0 loss to Stoke City. Now, many of you asked me about Novakovic that plays at the Serie B in Italy. He's currently injured. That's why I'm not updating on him. We will update you on a weekly basis when he's back in action. I don't know yet when he will be back. I need to figure out what the injury is, but it's not very clear in the moment. If you do know, feel free to comment down below. Now, Nico Giocchini. On Saturday, Nico Giocchini started off on the bench for Caen at their 1-0 win over Nancy at the League 2. Giocchini came into the game at the 71st minute. Just a reminder, Nico Giocchini is playing on the French 2nd Division. Now, you can take Josh Sargent away from Werder Bremen, but you can't take Raciska away from Josh Sargent. On Sunday, Sargent came off the bench at the 77th minute for Norwich at their 5-0 loss to Manchester City. And Raciska continues to take nonsense shots just like the Werder Bremen days instead of passing the ball to Josh Sargent. Now, if you followed Josh last season here in the channel, you know very well about this player. And he's there. The same guy. The winger. Or let's just keep going. It's just very frustrating to see Josh Sargent at the same situation. And maybe he'll definitely have to fight for relegation. Hopefully Norwich doesn't get relegated. Let's keep going to the next player. Okay, now Haji Wright. And he currently plays in the Turkish league now. On Sunday, Wright started and played a full 90 minutes for Antalyaspor at their 2-0 loss to Fenerbahce at the Turkish league, with Ener Valencia, the Ecuadorian, scoring the late goal to make Dustin happy. If you guys don't know, Dustin is American and Ecuadorian, and Ener Valencia is an Ecuadorian legend. Last but not least, Emmanuel Sabi. On Saturday, Sabi started and played pretty much a full 90 minutes as he was subbed off at the 92nd minute for Odense at their 2-2 draw with Brugge. Sabi scored their first goal, and honestly, it was a nice one, with a very nice first touch at the right edge of the box to get in with a nice finish. So congratulations to Sabi for scoring the goal right there. Okay guys, this does it for the episode. I'm going to go through a list of players right now that we will be covering on a weekly basis, but they either didn't play or had no meaningful minutes this week or are currently injured. So I'm going to go through that list. Before I go through the list, don't forget to hit those 1,000 likes for Pedro Parker. Maybe he'll be back next week. Maybe he won't. So the players are CJ Dos Santos, Chiture Oduze, Josh Cohen, Leonard Maloney, that is with the Borussia Dortmund U23s, Kik Piri, that's currently injured for Twente, Mark McKenzie, which Genk didn't play this weekend, Reggie Cannon, that they didn't play also, and he's figuring out the transfer situation, whether he'll stay in Boavista or not, Mathew Olasunde, that's also currently injured, Richie Ledezma, that's almost ready to come back for PSV, Taylor Booth, that's currently player for Bayern 2, which we will cover from time to time, but not this week, Novakovic, that as I said earlier in the video, he's injured. Sebastian Soto, that plays for Porto B. I'm not going to cover Porto B for now. If he gets minutes with Porto, I'll cover it. Lyndon Gooch as well. And last but not least, Ulysses LLanez, that has been playing in the Austrian 2nd Division for Polten, the same team that Taylor Booth played last season. So I won't be covering him regularly, but from time to time, I'll let you guys know how Ulysses LLanez is doing as he tries to recover his career. So I want to thank you all very much for watching. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this USMNT Abroad series, the new rating, and we're always looking to improve it. So comment down below any suggestions, comment your player ratings, hit that like button. Thank you for watching, everyone, and have a great day.